Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Zenkai for Red Majin Vegeta, and we're going to see just how good it is and how you can get all his Zenkai awakening power within DB Legends. So as you guys should know by now, Majin Vegeta has received his Zenkai awakening, which as always means we have to decide whether he's looking good or looking bad. Generally speaking, I think Vegeta's on the good side. I think he's actually a really solid Zenkai. Considering he's not an Aleph unit, it's actually quite impressive nowadays. So in terms of changes, basically his self-destruction, his explosion has changed quite significantly. In terms of it's added in the ability to nullify health restoration effects, and I think this is important because the way Vegeta's ultimate skill works is very unique. Well, I say unique, but the way self-destruction mechanics work is very unique, and with units regaining health at 0, it obviously very strongly defeats the point of this. So having this skill add this in is tremendously important. Like, it's tremendously important. So very, very, very good. In terms of his special move, not too much changed, if I'm being honest. He gained the ability to inflict bleed at 100%, which is good, and he deals massive pierce damage now as well. In terms of main ability, quite a few changes here. Health and ki changes, which was very important to regain both health and ki, and again further health restoration as well, which is very, very important, plus extra damage. So solid stuff on that front. I think so far the changes are good. They're quite extensive, but I think Vegeta obviously needs that, being such an older unit and the uniqueness of how he works. Superior Tenacity has changed as well. It's added the ability to draw a card. He now also has the ability to gain ki, and this was also important because quite frankly he needed something to help him control tempo. Him drawing a card, him destroying an enemy's card, these are good mechanisms to have, and they give him some kind of tempo control, the ability to establish himself within a battle, because nowadays what Legends is controlling the tempo and being able to switch back the tempo when you do manage to gain a foothold. In terms of Zenkais, I think the Zenkai coverage is decent. Red Element in Vegeta Clan is fine. They didn't change his Z abilities, and this is difficult because they never really change his abilities. A lot of people really wanted them to change it. There are a couple self-destruct units, and we'll take a look at that in terms of his team build and things of such nature, but yeah. Then in terms of his passives, obviously again, quite a few sweeping changes. So to cut a long story short, he just kind of basically changed like a lot. So yeah, to encompass all of them, like he restores his own ki when he enters the battlefield now. He draws a special arts card next, guaranteed. He has an increased card draw speed. He now obviously also has plus 75% to ki recovery when faced with an enemy Goku. He restores his vanishing gauge as well. His 2 new passives are very good. The one basically just adds 60% damage reduction for the first 60 timer counts, and then also provides a heal after the enemy attack is over, which is also very good, and reduction of enemy ki. So he's very similar to like a Zamasu in nature. Think of it like a Zamasu mixed Tapian, and that's kind of what Vegeta looks like. And then he gains additional effects when he's the last man standing. So if he's the only unit left, he gains increased draw speed, increased damage reduction, and increased damage, which is good. Makes him really solid. So obviously, having touched on the Zenkai, I think you look at the sweeping changes, and I do think he's been changed well. I think he's actually got a really good Zenkai, and I'm excited to see. The sources for his Zenkai awakening power are the same suspects as always. 3,000 from the Battle Gauntlet, 4,000 from the missions. If you don't feel like doing either of those, you can buy the special pack, which will give you Z power for Vegeta and his Zenkai power, or you can Zenkai summon for him, or you can just wait and you can farm some Zenkai Rush medals and exchange those at the Ultra Space Time Rush store. So that's entirely up to you if you want to do that. To each their own. no real, yeah, it's really up to you how you want to tackle it. The event missions are easy, pretty simple. The battle gauntlet we'll take a look at in another video on that in a little bit more detail, obviously because there's some additional rewards and some team building aspects to that. But it's a very, kind of simple, straightforward procedure, as it always has been. And then obviously, if you're someone who's really not interested in grinding for Vegeta at all, you do still have the option to Zenkai summon for him. That will be permanent always. And right now you can grab a special pack. Now, special packs with 2000 Chrono Crystals are always difficult to mention because it really honestly depends on where you're at, what your team is like. Until we see more about the Majin Buu Saga team, I just wouldn't pull the trigger yet. But for all we know, it could be something super interesting. And so, yeah, just keep your eye on that section if you're someone who's interested in that side of things. And then finally, in terms of the units that he buffs, Red Vegeta's clan, not too many crazy units, like units that are dominating the meta. We do have the Trunks and Mai, which I think is good. They obviously recently got their kind of beef up as well, so I think that's some good cross synergy there. There is also the SS4 Vegeta as well, which I think is really solid. And there's the Grade 8 Vegeta as well, the Legends Limited one. So there are some units that are notably buffed by him and could work. Be interesting to see. I'll be taking a look at how we can make things work. Obviously, there's no real cross benefit from Trunks and Mai to him, but we'll definitely take a look and see what we can do. But that's it from me. See you guys next time. Bye.